How would you describe Michael Jordan?
One word would be greatness.
The GOAT. Greatest of all time.
Champion. Winner.
Michael Jordan is the best player ever.
I think he's not only the best basketball player, but probably the greatest athlete that's ever played any sport.
I thought Michael Jordan was Jesus Christ, like playing to be Michael Jordan. I swear to God, dog.
Michael Jordan is in a class by himself, clearly superior to anybody else in the league.
He's undoubtedly the greatest player in the game.
I really didn't want to believe a man could actually fly, and he gave everyone that belief that for a little bit, maybe they could.
He had no flaws.
Michael Jordan was a killer. It didn't matter. He wanted to come in and kill you.
Because it's one thing in watching him play, and then it's another thing in playing against him. His technique was flawless.
The level of fear that he inspired in others was insane.
I know Jesus worked 7 days a week, or 6 days. He rested on Sunday, didn't he? But Michael Jordan played on Sunday.
They talk about guys being competitors. He was the fiercest of all the competitors.
I feel like I'm the most fierce competitor there is. I don't think I'm ever going to find something to equal the game of basketball for me.
Have you ever met anyone that you felt was as competitive as you are?
No. I just feel that my competitive drive is far greater than anyone else that I've met. I think that I thrive on that. I think that's my biggest motivation in life. Is to compete. Find different competitions in certain things in life and try to overcome that. Be it positive or negative. But I have yet to meet someone who's as competitive as me. And I just feel that much confident about my competitive drive. A good competitor always evaluates his opponent, and you understand for what he really is, but you never try to give him confidence. You try to take it at all times, and sometimes it's easier to take confidence and sometimes it's harder. But mentally, I gotta find a way, and sometimes you have to trick yourself. You have to look inside yourself and find the different types of challenges from game to game. That's how I got myself motivated, But it wasn't the same every game. It was, I had to trick myself. I had to, more or less find a focus to go out and play at a certain level for whatever reason.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Well, maybe you're just making excuses. When you step on the floor, it doesn't matter how many times you've done it before. All that matters is that you do it now.
Be true to the game, because the game will be true to you. If you try to shortcut the game, then the game's going to shortcut you. If you put forth the effort, good things will be bestowed upon you. That's truly about the game. And in some ways, that's about life too.
Jordan tries to get him!
You are without question one of the most gifted players I've ever seen. What makes you different from other people?
Once again, it falls back to my parents in terms of how I approach a situation. I never feel that I'm at my best. I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved. Even though it's been very successful for me, I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father, to some extent as a role model in all aspects. So I'm never really too complacent with myself or with what I've achieved. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game. I still feel that I have a plateau that, I hadn't reached yet in terms of my skills or my expectations of myself. I'm always going to expect myself to do certain things or surpass certain things. As long as I believe that, then, my road to success is going to continue to expand.
What motivates me is the unknown. No one knows. They can all speculate, but no one really knows. And when you look at my career from high school all the way up through to the pros, no one knew what Michael Jordan was capable of. And myself, I didn't know. But that I didn't let that stop me. And I let that motivate me more so than anything. That as long as it's unknown, that means I have a chance. And that's the way I pursued my whole career. I wanted to excel my game and isolate my game from everybody else. That I was more than just, a few dimensional. Even when it came to Magic Johnson, Magic Johnson was a crowd pleaser. He was a good offensive player. He was a great motivator. Average defensive player. I wanted to change that. I wanted to take another step. I wanted to do all those things, that could separate me from Magic Johnson. I'm not saying he wasn't great. He still is great. But we're great in our own different way, and that was motivational for me, and to this day, it still is. The greatest thing about the game of basketball to me is the passion, the love that I have for it. Because when you have love for anything, you'll go to the extreme to maintain that love. That's what love does. It drives you to do everything you need to maintain that connection. If I didn't have the love for the game of basketball, all the things that I just panned out to you in my career would have never been achievable for me. But it was truly my love for the game that kept me pushing to be the best basketball player that I could be. To be the best at anything, you got to have a certain love for that to make you overcome all the obstacles that's going to be thrown in your way.